Okay, girlie, you ready?
I was born ready.
Girl. Oh my god, it's gonna be a YouTube debut. Katan? Katan?
Bitch, I'ma send your ass to motherfucker.
Okay. Hello. I'm here in Maryland, actually, out of all places. I had a little bit of extra time here left in the States, so I figured why not visit my two best friends here in Maryland. But actually, one of them, it's their birthday today, and they're both currently at work right now, so I'm filming my part of the video right now while I have the house to myself, along with their 3 cats. Okay. So I'm actually doing my own makeup now, and then later on when they get home, before we have Caroline's birthday dinner, I'm gonna do their makeup. Special treat for them. Let me just do their makeup, and then we'll just have a cute little birthday dinner. But I'm really excited because I manifested this. As we all know, Miss TIRTIR, the red cushion that went super viral on the internet. There's actually 2 other versions of this cushion, which I said in my podcast before. I hope they release a shade extension. They have a pink one, which is a really matte one, and they have a silver one, which is a really dewy one. Y'all, my prayers have been answered. I got a giant box in the mail with not just 20 shades of the red cushion, but 20 shades of the pink and silver cushion. Specifically, the all cover cushion and the aura cushion. So if you like the mask fit red cushion, but you felt like, maybe I want something more dewy, you got the silver one. Or let's say you want something more full coverage, you want something more matte, then you got the pink cushion, the all cover cushion. So this video will be sponsored by TIRTIR. Thank you, TIRTIR. And also there's gonna be an Amazon Top Deal promo, which will, again, the information will be down below. I'm thinking for Caroline, she's a very cutesy, girly type of girl. So I wanted to do a very cute, very pink K-beauty sort of style makeup on her using the pink cushion. Although I didn't do her personal color, I do think with her coloring, she looked really pretty with like a matte look. And then for Katrina, she is very much all about just doing her eyeliner. So I do kind of almost want to see her very dewy glow. Girl, get off my computer. Cats do love the laptops. For Katrina, I'm imagining this sort of like really glowy, juicy sort of look, which is what I want to do with the aura cushion. So first, let me get started with my makeup. I already washed my face. I used the TIRTIR Hydro Boost Enzyme Powder Wash. And they've said this to me in PR before, but I've been using this so much. So basically it comes as a powder and you add a little bit of water, it turns into a cleansing foam. And I've tried a lot, but a lot of them I find are kind of more exfoliating, which is what I kind of expected from this, but it actually is very soft. And you need the tiniest bit of water before it really foams up. And I've used this for weeks and I barely made a dent in it. So this shit will last me forever. And it's great for travel as well. And because of the enzymes in it, it does leave your skin really soft. So I've been obsessed with her. Then for my toner, I'm gonna use the TIRTIR Milk Skin Toner in light. They have 2 toners, but this is the light one. I like this one. They sent me another bottle, thankfully, because I'm almost out of this one. And then just to finish off my skincare routine, I'm actually not gonna put sunscreen on today. I know, shocker. Which of course, as we know, sunscreen is extremely important, but I'm gonna be inside all day and we're going out later in the evening. This is the TIRTIR Ceramic Milk Ampule. The texture of this is so fascinating, and I found a way to describe the texture, but it's not with words, it's with a video. And I'm gonna put the video right here. It starts out like this, and as you blend it, it almost gets like stiffer, but in like a good way. This is so good for those of you that are dehydrated because you feel like you put anything on and that shit just like evaporates into the air. This stuff really keeps the moisture in your skin. Because sometimes you might be dry, but then you feel like, oh, cream is too heavy, but then lotion's not enough. It's like a really good product for people that just, your skin just doesn't seem to want to hold on to moisture.
For Caroline, I prepped her skin the same way. Because the all-cover cushion is matte, I want to make sure her skin is well hydrated, especially since she has quite dry skin, but not with too much skincare because that will 1. Defeat the purpose of making her skin matte, and 2. Cause the foundation to break up more easily. To be honest with you, because Katrina's skin is more on the normal side, I could have just pared down her skincare to just toner, but I did the exact same routine on her because I really want to emphasize the glow in her skin that you can get with the Aura cushion.
Okay, so like I said, there's 3 cushions now in total with like the extended shade range. There's a TIRTIR Mask Fit Aura Cushion, which is the silver one, and it's supposed to give you a more dewy, glowy finish, so it's really great for if you, not just like natural looks, natural doesn't always mean glowy, it's just for if you want that really nice, fresh, dewy, juicy looking skin, or if you just have really dry skin in general. Also, if you're a warm spring, it will look good in dewy cushions or dewy finish foundations. But if you're a full coverage, completely matte type of girl, the pink one, the Mask Fit All Cover Cushion, is your go-to because it's very full coverage and it's very matte. So if you're a soft summer, an autumn, or you're like a dark winter where you kind of look better with a matte finish to your makeup, this is probably going to be your best bet. Then of course the classic, the Mask Fit Red Cushion. This is a satin finish, which means it's kind of like between a matte and glowy. It's like gives you a little bit of a glow, a slight sheen to the skin. So if anything, I feel like this would be more natural, although this is way more coverage. What I like about this is that you can kind of change the finish of it depending on the skincare you do before. So let's say you want more of like a matte finish, then you're gonna kind of do your skincare with lighter, more oil absorbing skincare so that when you put this on, you'll be more matte. But if you prefer more of like that bit of dewiness to your skin, of course, you just add more hydrating, glowy skincare products beforehand, and this will kind of follow suit. So I guess this is more of like a customizable in between. For me, I'm using the shade 21C Cool Ivory. I'm gonna show you guys how to apply cushion because looking at some social media posts, it seems like people kind of just go in. And yes, makeup, you can kind of do whatever you want. So we're gonna dip into your cushion with your cushion puff. You're gonna hold the cushion puff like this so that you get an even application. You don't wanna be pushing in like this, otherwise you only get foundation on like the tip. You kind of want it all over the actual puff. So you're gonna actually press it in almost like this, okay? So you generally get something like this. Don't worry if it looks like this, because what you're gonna do next is even it out on the lid. In Korean, we call this 양조절, portion control. And if you watch me regularly, you know I'm always talking about the portion control. You never wanna dip and then slam it on your face because that would give you too much coverage too quickly. If you want full coverage, that's fine, but we wanna build it up. Imagine a line from the top of your cheekbone down to your chin. This line here is the V zone right here. We're gonna start applying here because this part of the skin is the thickest, and so it can handle the most product. It's especially important with these really full coverage products because if you start applying too much here or just all over, you're gonna look extremely flat and your head is gonna look like it's just sitting on top of your neck. Here, the eyes, nose, and lips, the skin around here, that's what kind of moves around when you're speaking and talking and emoting. And so the skin there is a lot thinner, and so it's more prone to, you know, the typical cakiness, creasing, cracking. What you're really trying to do is just even out your skin tone here in the center of your face. Because if that's even, when people look at you, they'll think, wow, you have really good skin. Now, of course, if you have acne on your jawline, that's different, but I promise you, as long as this center triangle here is even, nobody is looking at your jawline. Unless you're talking like this, nobody cares. Or nobody even notices. I guess the only time I would do that is if you have a special occasion and you need everywhere to be like flawless, then yes, okay. But to be honest, if you apply it like this, it doesn't matter that much. And honestly, I know a lot of people are very, very anal about finding their perfect foundation match, which, you know, it's obviously, it's something we want. We want to find a color that matches the best. If you're having trouble finding foundation shades, for me, I tend to go actually lighter. Since you're only applying in the center of your face, it kind of gives you a sort of a natural highlight to your face. Of course, it'd be best if you could find the exact match, but if you're kind of choosing between two, I would probably go with the lighter one, to be honest, because you can just apply it in the center and it will still pretty much look natural. Of course, if you're the type of person that puts foundation all over their face, yeah, you would want your foundation to match your neck. But if you're applying it like this, where you're leaving a bit of your natural skin on the side here, it doesn't matter that much. I've done so many people's makeup. I kind of use the same foundations on everyone, even if they do have slight differences in their undertone. It's because of this application that it doesn't matter that much. And then on the eyelid, literally whatever is left on the puff. I don't want to dip in again and put it on my eyelid because the skin here on the eyelid is the thinnest and it will look super cakey if you put a lot of product there. I put like nothing here and you see how beautiful of a coverage you get. It's before, after.
As I've mentioned earlier, I'm giving Katrina a clean girl, fresh, glowy sort of makeup, so I'm using the Aura cushion on her. And Caroline gets a full coverage matte base with the All Cover cushion.
The red one actually comes in 30 shades, but the pink and silver one come in 20. And I did swatch every shade for you to kind of match up. If you know your color in this one, then more likely than not, your shade in the pink and silver one is pretty much the same. There's a very slight undertone difference in like a few of the shades, but that's why I swatch everything for you.
Also, I usually go for a lighter shade if I'm using a dewy finish foundation anyway, because the formula will mix with the natural oils on your face and slightly oxidize, looking more natural.
Now, you might be wondering why the hell you're swatching it on a gray piece of paper. When I was in college, I took a color theory class, and the teacher always emphasized us to buy this particular type of palette paper. It's like disposable palette paper that's a very neutral gray because it helps you really identify the color that you're trying to mix. So the gray is to help you kind of identify the undertone of the foundation color. And remember, there is an Amazon deal on these currently at the time of uploading this. So make sure you check down below for the details for that. So because Caroline has to work on her actual birthday, we ended up celebrating it during the weekend, Labor Day weekend, and went to the aquarium, which was quite fun and informative. I actually ran into a few subscribers while I was there, and they're all like, what the fuck are you doing here in Maryland? I was like, oh, you know, just visiting some friends. They're really cute if you're watching this. Hello! We also got to go to the Maryland State Fair, which was quite fun as well to explore. Rides, don't know about her. The rides were kind of whack. In fact, we had more fun. Well, to be fair, we really just went on like 3 rides. We went on one little horror ride thing, which was not worth it. It's one of the ones where it's like a very small RV looking little experience type of thing. There's a few where you either like climb up some stairs or slide down a slide or go through that little barrel thing, which we didn't go on, but there is the types where you like literally sit in a cart and like kind of go through, almost like a roller coaster, but it's nothing crazy. The horror one, girl, where was the horror? It was literally like 3 little clear window things with some like spooky skeletons behind them, but and some like banging and yelling and alarms.
Crazy.
Oh no, not this. Oh my god. Girl is horror in the room with us. And the biggest offense, probably the most horrific thing about it, was the fact that it was 50 tickets. 50 tickets, or what was it, credits, because they were using like a card system. There's a lot of other stuff, of course, like the typical sorts of like drop down sorts of rides, little swing rides, but we decided to actually go on like little kids slide, like a big slide, where you go on like the sort of like potato bag sort of thing where you slide down. That was fun. And also we go on this little mini, it's not even a roller coaster, it was just like literally one continuously circling sort of roller coaster. Girl, we had so much fun on that, and we got to go on that around 5 times. Oh. That was worth it. And it was cheaper than that goddamn horror thing. But to be honest, more so than the rides, I was just excited to get my good old fair hot dog, my funnel cake. My god, the funnel cake is delicious. I love a good funnel cake. On one of my first few nights here, me and the girls were watching White Chicks. Girl, White Chicks is like one of my favorite fucking movies ever. That's one of the movies on the list of movies where I can literally watch it over and over and over and over again and never get sick and tired of it. Some other movies that would be on that list: Superstar, Baby Mama, all of the scary movies. Bring It On. The early 2000s was truly the time for comedy films. As you know, oh, they would never be able to make movies like that today. Because truly, some of the shit in there is kind of way out of pocket, so I don't blame them. But, oh, speaking of which, when I went to the aquarium, I bought this bracelet that the packaging comes with a QR code, which is attached to some device, like a tracking device of some random, I think dolphin, or was it whale? I don't remember, some animal in the sea. So it's like, oh, you can keep track of it in, you know, in the ocean, but well, I don't know how true that is. For all you know, they could attach that shit to like a can in the ocean, and I'm following a can in the sea. But I just like the aesthetic of the bracelet. Although 30 bucks is a little bit much, I feel like, for something like this. But I thought, oh, memories. One other thing I did buy, which I was like, so worth the money, this shark hat. But it's not just any shark hat. Isn't that so cute? Look at that. That's so adorable. Looks like a little shark bite. Aquarium haul. I actually have been on a little bit of like a peach makeup kick, so I'm gonna do a bit of a peachy look. I'm gonna use this Twinkle Pop palette that I got from Daiso in Korea. I'm using like a mix of these two all over the eye. I'm gonna do a lot of more aegyo stuff, so I'm keeping the top of the eye just very light, like barely anything really. Oh, actually, one thing I've been loving to do, I put some of this powder foundation right here, to finish concealing that bit. And then I take some as well on the aegyo. That covers up any redness that most people will have around their eye here, but also kind of emphasize the aegyo without making it look too crazy. If you don't have something like this, that's fine. You can also use a peachy eyeshadow. I feel like that's too light, so what I'm actually gonna do is use a eyeshadow from a ColourPop palette. This is also a peachy shade, but it's much more pigmented. Then I'm gonna use the shade here to almost like contour the aegyo, like out here. And also kind of like tone down the peachiness so it's not too peachy. This is what I normally use to blend out eyeliner when I do other people's makeup. This warm brown shade. And place that here. Just following my natural eye line. So it's actually going more downwards. As well as here on the inner corner. See the difference?
For Caroline's makeup, I'm going for a pink princess sort of vibe. So I'm using really light-toned pinks and lavenders. For her eye makeup, it's actually quite simple. The issue I had, however, was her eyeliner. Nothing a little concealer couldn't fix. But because her eyes are so round and her crease goes down quite a bit, I had to really go downwards with her wing so that it wouldn't create that weird curved eyeline I'm not a fan of. And of course, some cluster lashes for that manga effect, as well as glitter that I put on later because this is an Edward makeup. For my baddie Katrina, I honestly assumed she was a cool winter based on her appearance, so I immediately wanted to do slightly heavier makeup on her, but I instead went for warm bronzy tones because I thought it would help warm up her complexion. Also, most people associate a dewy complexion with more natural makeup, but I wanted to subvert the expectations of those girlies and go for something else. I also made sure to really emphasize her aegyo sol because I thought it would look cute on her. And oh baby, was I right.
I'm so sad because my little ondi, it broke. Also taking a little bit of the contour and using that under here just to make the aegyo go a little bit farther out. I just want it to go out longer a little bit to elongate my eye. Oh, also a little bit on my philtrum, under my nose and above my cupid's bow. Just to fill, because I have a pretty wide gap here. Oh, also a little bit on my nose, highlighter on my nose. Oh my God, also. There's a matte highlight in here. I'm gonna mix it with a straight up white eyeshadow. Put that here. Very doyeni.
I'm really just showing this part for Caroline because she wanted to learn how to contour her nose. Go off, sis.
I'm also gonna take a little bit of mascara, actually on the outer part here. Oh, and of course a little bit of blush. How did I forget the blush? Oh my God. I'm gonna take a peachy blush. These are just from Flower Nose, kind of high up near my eye. Also just a little bit above my eye on my crease area, just to kind of connect it. And of course on my nose, chin.
I did the girl's makeup out of order, so apologies for that. But for Caroline's blush, because she's so fair and has redness on her cheeks, I have to use a mix of basically lavender blushes on her. The purple will mix with the red and leave a nice pink flush. Because I wanted to maintain the glow in Katrina's skin, I actually went for a glossy lipstick for her blush in a rose color. The eyes are already going to be really warm, so I felt like an overly warm cheek color would have made her look orange.
I forgot TIRTIR sent me a bunch of their they have like tints and lip balms. This one is speaking to me because of the name. Salmon Syrup Balm. I love salmon. So the shade looks like it's a very pale, light peachy shade. A very typical light spring color. Normally I wouldn't go for this, but because my lips are naturally very red, I think this should be okay because it will mix with the color of my natural lips and become more deeper, I guess.
Like mine, Caroline's lips are naturally quite red, so I'm muting them down with that cushion so that the glowy pink balm I put on top can properly show its true color. I also used a cool-toned lip pencil to give her more definition in her lips because her lip line is quite hazy. I've done Katrina's makeup one other time and I realized that she suits muted tones much better, just like me. So I'm giving her a really muted, glossy, nude brown lip. First, I map out her lip shape with a pencil, put down a really gray muted lip gloss to mute her lip color, then add a brown glowy lip tint in the center for a little bit of color.
I actually bought some contacts. Let me put those on real quick. Oh boy, it's been a while since I've worn contact lenses. So there's my finished look. I don't know, my take on the sort of boyish but kind of cute. I actually got a lot of inspo from sort of this vibe. Is it the same look? I don't know. So once again, if you're interested in getting a new base makeup product, specifically a cushion, on top of TIRTIR's classic red cushion, you can check out their new silver and pink cushions, the Aura and the All Cover cushions, which is available on Amazon, all of you on Global, and iHerb for anybody like global audience, which is probably you. But specifically on Amazon, there's gonna be a top deal promo, so do make sure to check that out. The link will be down below. And hopefully this look or any of the 2 other looks I did on my friends is gonna be helpful to you. We'll see you later. Bye. Nice. All right, good job, ladies. Give sassy. 3, 2, 1. You're giving stoic, not sassy, girl. That'd be good if you're sore up or not.